I never owned property. This was my first time. Actually, what happened is at the particular time, which was 1994, the market was a good market to buy. As a buyer, it was a buyer's market. So I took advantage of that, and I used my VA loan to get into a new home. I'm raising 4 kids. I had a dream like every other family in America. We have the American dream. We bought the house in October of 1994. We're so proud of having the house and raising our kids. As a matter of fact, the kids from the neighborhood used to come down and just wanted to hang out at our house until the unthinkable happened to us in 2004, the end of 2004. That particular time we were enjoying, I would say, about no less than $300,000 in equity on that property. We had no thoughts about selling the house. That was a house for our kids. Like anybody else, we had some hard moments, hard times. And being the only one working at that time, I decided that we're gonna go get refinance the house so that we can get some equity loan. We located some agents, some real estate agents that actually, and a broker by the name of Albert Macias. He was the real estate agent and a broker, so he claimed. There was another broker by the name of Juan Cuevas. And the wife to the broker, Albert Macias, her name was Liz Macias. She was the notary. They presented themselves with, in a business, and we went to their office. They had business cards. It looked like a legit place, to conduct business. So we decided, yes, we're gonna go ahead and go with these people. They assured me that they could do it. After we filled out the application, a few days later, what happened was that Albert gave me a call and he asked me, well, if you're taking $5,000 out, why don't you just take a little bit more? That way you could have a little more on your savings and you won't have to do this all over again when you need the money. So it makes sense to us. So I decided to get a $30,000 equity loan on that. And he told me immediately to stop making payments because he was going to deal directly with the bank because this was going to be a refinance. I agreed with him and I stopped making the payments. And a few months went by. This was November. And all of a sudden I started receiving notices in the mail about going on default. And I approached him and I told him, what's going on here? How come we haven't got the loan yet? So he basically told me that he was trying to secure a better loan for us with a better interest rate and so on. Not to worry, to give him the letters that he was dealing with the bank, that we didn't have nothing to worry about. Well, what happened next is basically he literally stole the house from under us by allowing the time to expire on us. One day before the default date, when I got really worried because of the dates on those notices, I called him up and said what's going on, and basically he told me that he was not able to secure no loans. This was devastating to us because now we had run out of time. We were running a big chance of losing the house with all the equity, and we didn't know what to do. There was no time left. So he told us that the only option was to transfer the property in someone else's name. And now looking back, I really understand what happened, because this is not an isolated thing that happened to me. It happens all over America. People get defrauded of their homes by scammers, by so-called straw buyers, where they place properties in other people's names. They use all kinds of techniques to steal your homes. What these people actually did after they obtained the title to the house, they start taking out loans against the property. I decided to contact the FBI and the local law enforcement agencies, and they all assured me that yes, I had a good case, but there was nothing they could do about it. That I would have to hire a private attorney, and pursue the matter on a civil case. We decided to retain an attorney, which was very costly, and he immediately filed a lawsuit against the perpetrators that had stolen our home. So once Albert Macias successfully put Cynthia Lomali as the owner of the house, they start taking the equity out of the house. They also were able to successfully put a note on the house for $90,000, which was part of the equity, and they cashed it in. Imagine, $300,000 of equity, they start picking at it. They start stealing it. These loans were not being paid back to those people that they were borrowing the loans from. So I started getting all kinds of people coming to my door, banging on the door in the middle of the night, demanding payment for this loan. I have filed complaints with the SEC, the FBI, the district attorney, and up to this day, none of those people, Albert Macias, Juan Cuevas, Cynthia Lomali, Liz Macias, none of them have been charged with any crimes. My congressman did not bother to even look at my complaint or guide me to the right places that I needed to go. I'm a U.S. veteran, and I serve this country proudly because I believe what it stands for. We are a country of laws. We are a country of justice. Yet, justice has not been served to my family and I. New Century Mortgage, which was the bank that Albert Macias, the broker, had used to obtain a fraudulent loan for Cynthia Lomali, they went bankrupt. In 2007, March 2007, a judge rendered a judgment in my favor, giving us quiet title to the property. And 3 days before the trial date, the legal counsel for Countrywide, Todd Bach, attorney Todd Bach, asked me to give him $3,300 so they will not foreclose on Cynthia Lomali. He had full knowledge that I had been defrauded of my property. He asked me for money so he would not foreclose on them, and even though that he knew that there was a court date pending. This is from Los Angeles Superior Court of the State of California, case number BC 348-428. Title to the real property situated in Los Angeles County that is particularly described in Exhibit A, attached to and made a part of this judgment, the property, is vested in plaintiffs Carlos F. Marroquin and Susana C. Marroquin as owners in simple absolute, and has been vested in plaintiffs continuously from January 5th, 2005. Defendant Cynthia Lomali has no right, title, estate, lien, or interest whatsoever in or to the property. It is quite simple. The judge literally put the house back to us and put us to where we were first defrauded. I notified the legal department at Countrywide, again, Todd Bach. He's the lead counsel for Countrywide. And what is interesting is that at that time, he demanded that I pay for the loans that Cynthia Lomali, Albert Macias, Liz Macias, and Juan Cuevas took out against the property. I didn't see not one penny out of those loans. Why should I pay for them? Well, Todd Bach at Countrywide insisted that I would have to pay for those loans or else he will not turn the property back to me. What happened next is what is happening to millions of people across America. These banks, they exercise their power, they exercise their bullishness, and they literally steal people's homes because people are in a situation where they cannot either afford to fight back, spend countless of weeks and months and years in a court. So they take advantage of the situation and they just literally take the people's homes, hoping that they will not fight back and that they will not have the means or the ways to fight. So they turn around and foreclose on the property using the fraudulent documents of Cynthia Lomali. Then they turn around, place the house for auction, and after they place it on auction, within minutes of the property going on auction, they bought it themselves. Then they turn around, package that loan along with other loans, other properties, bundle them up, as we now know how the banks have been doing their business. Then they turn around, put them together, and sold it to another bank. The name of the bank is Deutsche Bank. Some of the attorneys representing Deutsche Bank were also representing Countrywide. Countrywide at this particular time is so fragile and falling apart that Bank of America decided to buy Countrywide. I was in contact with the fraud department of Countrywide. I started talking to the attorneys over at Bank of America and mainly talking to the new attorneys over at Deutsche Bank. I immediately notified them of my judgment and so on and so forth. What they did is that basically ignore everything that I was telling them, and they proceeded with evicting me from my house. The attorneys for Deutsche Bank decided that they were gonna go on and ignore what I was saying to them, and they proceeded into trying to evict me and throw me out of my house. The attorney that I had, who had represented me on the case at the LA Superior Court, did several things that I came to find out after the fact. Number one, he never recorded the title or the judgment as he was ordered to do so. Number two, the judge had also ordered that some of this evidence be turned over to the DA for prosecution. So I hired another attorney over in Century City, and he charged me over $5,000 to show up in court, to try to talk to the judge, and to let him see the injustice that was done. All we wanted the judge to see is that I had a judgment from the LA Superior Court that gave me title back, that put me as the rightful owner, not Cynthia Lomali. The only people that get justice in this country is those that have money. Those people that are able to retain expensive attorneys. There is something wrong with our legal system. This is where I'm at today. We are in June 2011. They have successfully thrown me out as of February the 16th of 2011. So I have a judgment that is worthless to me because no one has enforced it, no one has even looked at it. And just this past Sunday, as I drove past the house, there's a for sale sign outside the house. I care that the legal system is failing us. We are demanding that the banks stop practicing criminal activity and that they be prosecuted. Why is it that no one is prosecuting these people? Why is it that no one is going to jail? Why is it that the bank's attorneys can go to any court in the United States of America, file a fraudulent, bogus document, and they will not be prosecuted for that?